Hello, hello. It's Helen and Harley here. Having a good chew of my scarf today. Are you scared of Facebook Lives? Are you not doing Facebook Lives yet? Do you know that you should be doing Facebook Lives, but you just can't bring yourself to push that live button? Have you started doing Facebook Lives and then you've backed away because you didn't like how you looked or you sounded? So have you made a start and then, backed away from it because you didn't like what you saw when you watched the replay? Facebook Lives is what we're talking about today. So welcome. I have Harley here with me. If you are here with me live, please say hello. Tell me where you're coming in from. Hello, Leslie. Lovely to see you. Leslie said hello, Harley. We got Tina. Hi, Tina. We got Rob. Hello, Rob. How are you? So I have been talking about sort of Facebook Lives. Hey Jamie, how are you? Great to see you on live. Today I want to give you some tips and strategies to help you execute, these Facebook Lives that often people are very scared to do. So this is going to run into next week as well, this training, because there's actually quite a bit to cover to do a Facebook Live sort of really well. Hey Yvonne, how are you? Yvonne said hello. Hey Anita, how are you today? Awesome to see you on live. So if you are new to me at all, if you've not caught a live of mine before, please put the word new down below so I can give you a special shout out. I help entrepreneurs, home-based business owners bring their business online. So talk about things like social media strategies, social media branding, video marketing, things like, Facebook Lives, even, YouTube. We can repurpose our Facebook Lives onto YouTube. We're going to talk about that next week. But I do also talk about personal development and mindset. Just once a week, I jump on live and do that because it's a huge, huge part of the success of your business in what's going on here, which is perfect to sort of relate to this type topic, because you know why people don't like doing Facebook Lives, right? There's so much fear around Facebook Lives. Hey Anton, we've got a newbie. Nice to see you on live, Anton. Welcome. Lovely to have you here. The whole thing about Facebook Live and the fear of Facebook Live is really all about what I said yesterday, ego. And so what that relates to is pure self-judgment. That's why people have so much fear around it. You're right, you're having a meal on my scarf. That's okay, whatever keeps him quiet. Hi Denise, how are you? Denise said hello. Too interested in my scarf. Whatever works. We'll keep him nice and calm. So the reason why people have so much fear around Facebook Lives is really more of the ego piece. It's about purely self-judgment. I don't look good enough. I don't sound good enough. I haven't had enough success behind me. Who would listen to me? I'm going to sound like an idiot. What are they going to think? What if that person catches my live? I don't want them to see my live because what are they going to think about what I'm doing? It's all self-judgment. So the thing about Facebook Lives that we need to understand is it shouldn't be about us. The reason why you would hop on a Facebook Live and actually execute one is about what you can share with others. It's all about, other people and what you can help them with and what value you can bring other people. It's not, and it shouldn't be about you. But we make it about us because of the self-judgment, lack of self-belief, lack of self-image, all those kind of things. So it's just really an important piece to understand, because somehow we need to let go of that self-judgment of ourselves and realize the higher power of why we do Facebook Lives. It's about what you can share with others. If it's related to the products of your business, it's about sharing information about how you can help people. In my case now, he's eating my hair. Oh, just let him go for a minute. Is it actually nibbling on my ear? So that's, just stop there, Harley. Give me some likes and loves for that. Just good old Harley. We've got to let go of all of the fear around it and realize that it's about what we can bring to others. Hey, Tina, so sweet. Miko and Harley need to meet. Yes, you've said that before. I'm sure they do. They're just probably on opposite ends of the world, Tina, so that might be a bit hard to coordinate. So what I want to cover for you today, and I am going to continue this discussion into next week because This is not something that you want to ignore. This is not something that you want to just put on the back burner because you're too scared to do it. The faster that you can start doing Facebook Lives, the faster your business will grow. There is no other faster way or strategy to use in your business than like doing live video, and not pre-recorded video. We don't want to cop out. We want to do live video. The reason for that is it's just, stop biting me. So I can't hide any of this. This is real and authentic as it gets, and Harley is hitting me. But it's just, people resonate with real people. People resonate with real people more than they resonate with somebody who's got it all, who's perfect, who's earning millions, who's got the mansion, who's got fast cars and Lamborghinis and Porsches, and that's what they flash around all the time on their Facebook Lives. That's not relatable to most people. So what people relate to is real people, real, authentic, genuine people. So the reason why I have my puppy on my Facebook Lives, is a bit bigger now than he was when I first brought him on live, is because I couldn't trust him around there. And I still don't trust him in the house when I'm on a live, because he's eating cords and stuff like that. It's just real. It's what's happening in my life. People get very scared and don't do lives because of their kids. So there might be, mum working from home and they got the kids running around. It's like, I can't go live because the kids are awake. Who cares if the kids are awake? Who cares if the kids run in? That's real, and people can relate to it, because other people might watch that and go, oh, if they can do a Facebook Live with their kids running around, maybe I can too. That's life, that's real, that's relatable. When everything's perfect, your setting's perfect, your content's perfect, your hair's perfect, your clothes are perfect, everything's perfect, people can't relate to perfect. A perfect world actually doesn't exist. Hey Shannon, how you going? Hey Teresa, lovely to see you guys on live. So if you can sort of drop the self-judgment piece and just accept that, or really understand that people relate more to your mess, to your realness, rather than trying to be perfect, then you may not need to be as fearful of doing a Facebook Live. So I just wanted to sort of preface that. Leslie, Jad keeps saying he wants to do one with me. Awesome. Let him do one with you. People would love it. People love kids. It sounds boring, Rob, when, everything's perfect. It is boring. But more to the point, it's, Harley's got the hiccups. I don't know if you can see that, guys. But, it's just not relatable for the average person. Hey, Sarah, how are you? First time seeing and hearing you. Love your message. Welcome, Sarah. It's awesome to have you on live. I'm glad you're here. So that's just a bit of prefacing sort of Facebook Live, and just, it's not about you. It's about what you can bring to other people. But what I want to go through today and concentrate on today is little tips to actually execute it, because there are things that happen and we don't even know they're going to happen, like you do your Facebook Live sideways. That happens to a lot of people and people have got no idea why. So I just want to go through some tips to get through some of the techie stuff. Then I want to go into the structure of how you sort of do a Facebook Live to make it easier for you, in sort of how you should actually put it together. And then and it's too much to go into today, so I'll talk more about it next week, is what to say, like your actual content. Because a lot of people say, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to talk about. I've run out of things to talk about. I just, people think, what am I going to say? They think about it too much, and then a couple of hours goes by. Oh no, it's too late in the day. I'm too busy. Oh, now I've got to get the kids from school or do whatever. And it never got done because you're overthinking your content. So there's content all around you, but it's really important to understand what content you come up with, how you structure your content, and what you're actually saying. So that's a different topic, which I'm going to go into next week. So today is all about tips to actually execute it and put it all together. But as far as sort of content creation, what you're talking about, I want to go into more detail about next week. Okay? Does that sound good? Are you going to get value out of what I'm talking about today? Just put the word yes down below. Otherwise, I'm not going to tell you. So let's wait for somebody to say yes, Harley. There is a little bit of a delay. But I'm hoping what I'm bringing you today will give some of you that have got a huge fear around Facebook Live, that would just help you sort of execute it a little bit easier. So Shannon said yes. Okay, I'll move forward. Sarah said yes. Leslie said yes. Okay, we can go ahead, Harley. Rob said yes. Beautiful. So firstly, and Tina, beautiful. We're on a roll now. Awesome. So regarding putting it together, I would encourage you, a lot of the reason why people don't do Facebook Live is because it all seems a little bit too daunting and there's too much involved and all the rest of it. So I would encourage you, just put a little bit of prep towards it, but don't over prep. When you over prep, and this is what I used to do in the beginning, I over prepped everything. What I looked like, where I was sitting, standing, all the rest of it. I mean, you guys that have seen me live many times know that I've just got a little bit of a setup here. I've got a tripod in front of my window of the house, and this is where I come to do majority of my lives. But if any of you are in my groups, you'll know that I'll just walk around the house and do them wherever. So, you know, it's just more on the fly. So you can do a bit of both. So we want to prepare, but we don't want to over prepare. When you over prepare, you're going to waste too much time. And I think I shared with you, was it yesterday, that I used to spend like a couple of hours easy preparing for like a 15-minute Facebook Live. And, you know, I did say to my husband, this is ridiculous. I'm only doing 2 Facebook Lives a week. That's what I was doing back then. But I would spend about probably 4 hours all up prepping it, writing my notes, researching the topic, scripting it all out, trying to rehearse it, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that's why a lot of people don't go ahead with Facebook Lives, is because they're overthinking all of it. So let's try to make this a little bit easier for you so you can just jump on, go live and get it done and get off and continue your day, okay? Jamie loves doing lives. I'm so happy to hear that, Jamie. That's awesome. Yeah, Rob, people do overcomplicate it. So awesome, Jamie. Now, Jamie, share with us the very first time you did a Facebook Live. Were you scared or were you overexcited, or a bit of both? Because if for Jamie to say that, you know, love doing lives, I would say that, you know, she's done a few of them by now, because it just gets easier when you do it. The worst thing you can do is not go live, because you just build up the fear even more. Can anyone relate to that? Send me some likes. Yeah, and she said she was super scared. Nobody says, I'm totally ready to do Facebook Lives. Rarely. If you came across somebody like that said that, it would be rare. Nobody really is ready to do Facebook Lives. And yeah, Jamie's just shared it does get easier. And I think I shared with you yesterday, I spoke to a student that I'm mentoring at the moment, and he's in a 12-month program. He's 8 months into his 12-month program, and he still said to me, I'm not ready to do lives. So the thing we need to accept is that you'll never turn around and go, I'm ready, I'm fully prepared, I know everything I'm going to talk about, life is wonderful, let's go do lives. It's probably not going to happen. So if you're going to wait until you're ready, you're just delaying your progress. You're delaying your progress in building an audience, building fans, building a following, attracting people to you, and ultimately making sales in your business. Teresa, even if you mess up, just keep going. Yep, absolutely. My team motto, be scared and do it anyway. Yeah, I shared that yesterday. Just be scared and do it anyway. Because people actually resonate with your mess. This is what I was saying earlier. People connect with real people. When you stuff up, people love it. People are watching. That's what entices people to keep watching, is when you stuff up, when things go wrong. Some of you might know, you might have even been on the live I did a few weeks ago, and I had 1 page of my notes in the kitchen. And I left you guys hanging. I'm like, oh no, I've left a page of my notes in the kitchen, and it was a 10-point thing. There was no way I was going to remember it off by heart. So I left you guys hanging and said, you guys stay here. I've got to go to the kitchen. And I ran away and I came back and then I continued on. But it was funny, but it's real. So, you know, those kind of things, we shouldn't interpret that as, oh, I've completely stuffed up. I've left a page of my notes in another room. It's like, oh, well, this is it. I'm real. I make mistakes. Life goes on. So it's all good. And people actually connect with that more. Okay, so let's have a look at the sort of technical sort of side of it. So if I'm looking down, I've actually got, this is as real as it gets. Because I'm holding Harley, it doesn't work for me to have notes because I go everywhere and then I drop them and stuff like that. So I've got my phone on a tripod. Okay, and this is how messy it gets. My tripod is not tall enough for where I'm standing, and I'm even a short ass, so, but my tripod is not long enough. So my tripod is sitting on couch ottomans, those square things. So I've got two of those. My tripod's sitting on top of those, and then I've got it leaning on, I've got a professional light behind me, which is it's just balancing on. So you do what you need to do just to get, your setting right. That's fine. So get your sort of self set up. Now do your Facebook Lives sideways. So your phone is in landscape. So you don't want it portrait. You want them sideways. Now, the reason for that is that if you do them in portrait mode, you're going to get those two lines down the side of your phone, and you don't want that. You want your face and your background to be, filling the entire screen. So make sure your phone is sideways. Now, a bit of a catch with this. People often don't know that they've got their screen locked. So there's either an option in your phone, or there might be even a switch on your phone that locks your screen. So when you move your phone around, the screen doesn't move around with it. And often people don't realize their screen is actually on lock. So you can't see it, you've turned your phone sideways, you go live, but because you've got your screen locked, when you go live, you're like that on the screen with your phone going sideways. So when you do your live sideways, make sure you've unlocked your screen and it's not locked in portrait mode, because if it's locked in portrait mode, your Facebook Live is going to appear sideways. So you appear in somebody's newsfeed and you're actually sideways. So just a little tip there. It happens often. It's just people often don't know why. That's why. So just check those kind of things. Okay, what I was saying about my notes before with my setup is I've actually got my notes sticky taped to my phone because I can't hold them and hold Hartley. So if I'm looking down and looking up, it's just because I'm checking my notes. So next thing is just your lighting. What is it like? Now, I would highly recommend, I'm completely a hypocrite when I say this, because you should always have the sun in front of you and not behind you. And that's why I have so many problems with my lighting, is because I choose to stand here to give you something lovely, to look at. But the sun is always behind me. So I often have, Anton, it's the portrait settings on your phone. It's the portrait setting on your phone. Yeah, the setting is in your phone. I think that's what you're trying to say. So usually you want the sun in front of you and not behind you. So I've got a light. If I go like that, you can probably see that it's, I've actually got a light on me in here, because if I didn't, it'd be, a lot duller. Don't worry about professional lightings, things like that. I have problems with mine because of where I'm standing. But majority of people are not going to stand in a position like this. I just utilize the view that I've got, in our front garden here. So it's beautiful, and I just try to utilize that. But just make sure people can see your face and your face is lit well. A lot of people have the ring lights and, but they can cost quite a bit of money. You don't need to do that. Just make sure people can see you, okay? Now, as far as sound, make sure, your volume's turned up and that's all good. And so I'm not using any kind of microphone other than on my phone. I only ever use my phone. If any of you see my reminders pop up on my page, I do reminders as when I'm going live, but I've got a little note down the bottom that says, thanks Gwyneth. Gwyneth's saying that we've got a beautiful view. Rob, landscape is better if you transfer your video to YouTube. Yeah, good point as well. So landscape is the way to go. Oh, what was I just saying, guys? I always do that. I read your comments and then I get distracted. As you know, it always comes back to me, but it hasn't yet. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the view. I'm talking about, what was I talking about, guys? Somebody help me out here. The view, the lighting. Oh, outside. Okay, just came back to me. So if you are outside at all, I would encourage you just to pop your little headphones in and plug that into your phone. The reason being is that your microphone, oh, the reminder. Yeah. God, I'm all over the place. Thanks, guys. What would I do without you? So I'm going to keep this in my hand to remind me to what come back to now. Harley wants to eat it. The reminder that I put on my page, you can only do that from a desktop computer. And the purpose of it is that you actually then go live from your computer. So those reminders only work from a desktop computer. Now, I never go live from my computer. I always go live from my phone. So that's why I put down the bottom of my reminders when I put them up on my page. Please note, I do not go live by this reminder because it puts up the post and then it tells you, encourages you on my page, click reminder for when Helen's going live. So you'll get the countdown that I'm going live and you'll be sitting there and sitting there and sitting there and I'm not turning up. The reason is I'm not going live by that link on my computer. I'm jumping on my phone. So that's why I say, just a reminder, just please note, I don't use this link to go live. Just pop on my page at the time, listed below. So that's sort of the purpose of the reminders, but I always go live on my phone. And the sound from a phone is generally fine. But if you're going to be outside at all, just pop one of these. Even people that are inside, pop these in because the microphone, that little bit there, is close to your sound. So if you're in wind or anything like that, you can cut all of that noise out. Now, when I'm actually doing, whoa, see, I told you it's just sitting there. Is that going to stay there? I've completely stuffed it up now. It wants to fall in front of me. Stay. Here's another type microphone that you can pin to your jumper if you need to get serious with a bit of sound, and you just plug that into your phone and pin it on you. So that little bit more expensive, but that's by Rode. RIDE. You just get those off Amazon and stuff like that online. So there's just a couple of options regarding sound. So lighting and sound. Don't go overboard. Just make sure people can see you and hear you. There's nothing worse. I was watching a live the other day and I could see the person, but I don't know what was going on with their sound, but it was all muffled and I couldn't hear them, so I turned off. So just the simple things like lighting and sound, just make sure people can see you and hear you okay. And it should take you 2 seconds to just work those things out. The other thing is timing of your Facebook Live. What should be your timing? So according to the Facebook algorithm, it should be about 10 minutes to let it do its thing, work out who it wants to send it to organically. Now, if you're just starting out doing Facebook Lives and you've never done one before, you might just want to stick to a few minutes because you're just getting used to being there. But when you start getting better at content creation and you actually know what you're doing, then I would suggest you aim for around the 10-minute mark. But if you're very first starting out and you're crapping yourself and you don't really know what to say and you're just the fact that you're there in the first place, probably speaking for 10 minutes, you're going to end up rambling. You don't want to ramble on a Facebook Live because you'll lose people anyway. So just, do a few minutes, say what you need to say, give some really good value and get off. It's the practice that you need in the beginning. Leslie, do you review your live after you do it, before you post it on your page? No. So I just, you've either got to post it or delete it. So you post it straight away and it goes up. And I used to watch my own lives just to sort of see how I was speaking and coming off. And now I do too many of them too often and I just don't have the time to do that. So the thing about Facebook Lives, even though you can press the delete button, I would encourage you not to. So let's say you stuff up completely. It actually is a really powerful story somewhere down later in the track. And I've seen heaps of people use this, is that they go, have a look at how bad I was on my first Facebook Lives. And they actually show it. So you don't want to lose that evidence. You want to grow into this and you want to be able to look back on your bad Facebook Lives and go, wow, look how much I've grown. Look how much better I am at this. So I'd keep them because it's real. Maybe it might be really bad, but who cares? It makes you more relatable. So I would encourage you to keep the bad ones anyway. So don't worry about reviewing them. Just keep them all. But you do have a bit of protection to delete them, if you want to. Okay, so the last thing was set up. We've got our phone sideways, we've got our light, we've got a sound, things like that. You can do other quirky things sort of visually with filters and stuff like that. But, honestly, when you're first starting out, you don't want to worry about all that techie kind of stuff. You can move into that and learn that later. Just Get on live and just do it. And, you know, reiterating what I was saying in the beginning, just please be you. Don't overthink it. Don't try to be someone you're not. Don't try to be perfect. Get rid of the mind, you know, have a mind shift in that, you know, people are going to relate to me because I'm real. I'm authentic. The kids come running in, so what? I stuff up my words, so what? I drop my notes, so what? I've got notes, so what? So just be real and authentic. So if you get those things just going on, that's a huge step in the right direction. Okay, is this making sense so far? Send me some likes and loves if it's being helpful so far. Yep, absolutely, be real and genuine, Jamie. Absolutely correct. So let's talk about the structure of it. So the structure of it, this is sort of how you put this together. And this is what we want to have a quick think about it, but we really don't want to overthink it because you spend too much time, like I used to do, sort of putting it together. So the first thing is, what are you talking about? Now, actual content creation, I'm not going to go into now on this live. I'll go into that next week. But you do need to know what you're talking about for your heading. So the number thing with your structure is, what are you writing in your heading? Now, what I see a lot of people get wrong with Facebook Lives is they haven't got an enticing heading, because most people don't actually catch the live, they'll catch the replay. But unless there's some pretty cool words up the top there or something attention grabbing, you know, there's really no reason for somebody to push play after the fact. So what are you actually talking about? We'll go through that next week. But whatever that is, come up with a really cool heading. Short, to the point, not a big paragraph. People don't absorb paragraphs of information. So just one sentence, and you don't want people to necessarily click see more. You know, we've only got a small amount of information on Facebook posts before somebody has to click that see more button. So you don't want to write a couple of words and then the real clicker, the real clincher, somebody actually has to click the see more button to get, which somebody may not do. So whatever the critical reason is as to why somebody wants to watch your live needs to be up there at the top. So it might be something like, did you realize, you know, 5 steps to, 3 strategies to increase your engagement on social media. Things like tips and strategies and a number, 3, 5, 7, odd numbers work better. Apparently, statistically, odd numbers work a lot better to capture people's, you know, attention. So 3 strategies to increase your engagement on Facebook Live. You need to know these topics to have a massive difference in your business. So make it enticing for somebody to want to watch your content. So I see a lot of people, and they might have a valuable topic that they're talking about on their live, but the heading is, you know, well, what's an example? I was talking to somebody, was it last night, yesterday? And I think one of them we looked at of hers was, you know, goals are important. Let's talk about them. So yeah, we all know goals are important, but people already perceive they know what the content of the live is going to be because we all know what goals are. So the wording on the top of the Facebook Live, I'm hoping I'm highlighting here how important your wording is at the top of your Facebook Live to get people to watch your content or watch the replay. Does that make sense? Just put the word yes down below if that's making sense, because I don't want you to underestimate the power of the words that you use at the top of your Facebook Live, particularly for those that are catching the replay. So what did I put today? I can't even remember what I put, and I can't see it while I'm live. So you're still fearful of Facebook Lives, and you know, tips and strategies to make it easier. So somebody that's interested in Facebook Lives might want to, you know, watch this video. So just think very carefully about what you're writing sort of up the top, so the heading, okay? The next thing is put emojis all around it. Okay, so put emojis before it and after it. Don't go overboard, but emojis attract people's attention. So I would encourage you to use emojis in your heading of your description of your Facebook Live. So be creative. It just draws people's eye to, you know, your wording. So use emojis. So now we've put the heading there, now we're going live. So we're pressing the button, we've got our lighting, we've got our sound, we're all set up, we're ready to go. I think I just got some of Harley's dog hair in my eye. He's molting really badly at the moment. So now we're going to talk, okay? So what are we going to say when we get on this Facebook Live? The last thing you want to do, unless you've got an audience of like, you know, tens of thousands, and so you want to wait for people to come on, don't ever start your Facebook Live is, hi, it's Helen, I'm just going to wait until people jump on. How's the weather where you're going? What did you get up to on the weekend? You know, share with me what's going on in your world. You know, don't do delays like that. The best thing that you can do is one of two things. Either introduce yourself quickly and then go straight into the heading of what you're talking about, or talk about the heading straight away and then introduce yourself. So I'll often say, hey, it's Helen here from Helen Martin Online, online.com. And what did I say today? Today I want to talk to you about Facebook Lives. So in the first few seconds of my Facebook Live, people know what I'm talking about and why. So I've gone straight into the content, and then I'll back up and go, if you've not been on a live of mine before, press the word new. And if you don't know, who I am or what I do, I help, entrepreneurs and, network marketers, etc., build their business online. So I'll go into the intro after. Why? Social media is busy. There are lots of content. There is lots of content people can absorb in their newsfeed. So if somebody's watching me live, comes across me live, or the replay, so the headings caught their attention, they press play. So then for a few seconds, I'm going, hi, it's Helen from HelenMartinOnline.com. What I do is, and I'll just wait for a second for a few people to jump on live, bored, and they'll go, I haven't got time for this, and click off. Whereas if I'm saying in the first few seconds, hey, it's Helen here from Helen Martin on, HelenMartinOnline.com. I want to talk to you today about Facebook Lives and how to make it easier for yourself to actually execute them. Then I may have grabbed somebody's attention. If they're not interested in Facebook Live, they don't need to watch any further. But if they are, I've grabbed the attention, and then I'll go back and introduce myself. So, highlight the topic as soon as you start speaking. Some people won't even introduce themselves. They'll say, they'll just jump on straight away. Hey, Robin, how are you? They'll just jump on straight away and go, so, Facebook Lives. Who's scared of them? Are you scared of them? Today, I'm going to talk everything all about Facebook Lives, tips and strategies to make it easier for you, because it's the fastest way you're going to build your business. And if you're not doing them, you're being left behind. So, hey, it's Helen here from HelenMartinOnline.com. If you're here with me live, etc., etc., etc. So see the two different ways to do it. So we don't want to talk all about us for too long, because you've literally got seconds to grab somebody's attention. Sorry, I just need to get rid of that. Seconds to grab somebody's attention. So straight into, the heading and the topic, that you're talking about. So then you do the intro, of you, etc. And then you get into your content. Start talking about your content. While you're talking, ask for engagement. Now, a lot of people I talk to and go, well, no one's there. Why would I ask for engagement when no one's there? So there's a fat zero. Nobody's on live. Why would I say, if you're on with me live, say hello, tell me where you're coming in from, those kind of things, because majority of people watch the replay. So if you're watching the replay, just put the word replay down below. If you don't ask for that engagement, people need to be led. People need to be told what to do. And by asking for engagement, you may not really come back, right? We're back. Sorry, I just dropped, the internet just dropped out there for a sec. You may not realize the power of asking for engagement on a Facebook Live. Now, this will take time. So please do not have high expectations of a lot of people engaging with you from day one, even week one, month one. It may take you months for people to get used to you and engage with you. So what I see people do is start with Facebook Lives. They get little engagement for quite a period of time, and then they go, well, this doesn't work. It takes months for people to learn to know, like, and trust you, especially if these people don't know you. So please manage your expectations, but ask for engagement while no one's there. So when you do have people there, you are so damn good at asking for engagement, it just rolls off your tongue. So you're saying things like, if you're on with me live, say hello, tell me where you're coming in from. If you're watching the replay, put the word replay down below. You're saying something. If you ever felt that way before, just drop down the number 1, down below, etc., etc., etc. Can anybody relate to this? If you can relate to this, just drop the word yes down below. So as you are talking, ask for engagement, practice that while no one's there. So when there are people eventually there, you're so damn good at it that you are getting maximum engagement, on your lives. And that's what you want for people getting to know you, people interacting with you, building relationships, and the Facebook algorithm. The more engagement that you can get, it increases your rating, if you like, with the Facebook algorithm, and you're going to get more organic reach. So a lot of people will jump on, do Facebook Lives, and just talk about their topic. And look, I did this too. I still do it sometimes now. You just talk and talk and talk, and then you've forgotten to ask anybody, to sort of engage with you or interaction. So I keep getting these alerts up. Jamie, it does take time and it does take consistency. So you're absolutely right there. So we just want to keep that consistency going, but get really good at, asking for engagement. And if you have a call to action, give them a call to action. People need to be led. If you've got a freebie to give away, oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe this hair. That is crazy. You probably can't see that floating around. You are bad, my friend. I've got a navy jumper on. I don't know if you can see that. We need to brush you, buddy. So you want to have a call to action. So if you've got a freebie to give away, tell people, like I've got free training to give away on attraction marketing. So I'll say to people, if you would like some free training to learn how to attract people to you, instead of chasing your family and friends online, just drop the word training down below. And I mean that. Anybody that's new to me that wants that training, just drop the word training down below and I'll send you that free training. So if you've got something to give away, do it. If you want to lead people somewhere, do it. If you are happy to chat to anybody about what it is that you do, say that. Just say, I'm happy to chat to anybody. If you would like, to chat with me, just put the word chat down below and we'll set up a time, whatever it is, whatever your call to action is. But people need to be led. So a lot of people turn up on Facebook Lives and just think that people are going to then ask. That's not the case. If you've got a call to action, let people know that you've got one, okay? Now, after your Facebook Live, then analyze what worked and what didn't work and what you might be able to do differently. So what worked? Okay, I wasn't that bad. What didn't work? I talked for 50 minutes about nothing. Just analyze what worked, what didn't work, and what could you do differently. So don't be overcritical of yourself. Don't go into the self-judgment side of, oh, I looked terrible. Oh, I said that wrong, whatever. Just work out what worked and what didn't work. Now, when you get a few of them and you get a few people on your page that are watching, if you're on a business page, you can actually go into, insights and actually have a look at, how it performed, how, like the organic reach, how many people did Facebook send it out to, how many people engaged it with. So you can start working out what's popular and what's not popular with what you're talking about. So analyze what you've done to know what you can do better. If you just jump on live all the time and you have no thought as to how you can do it better or what you've done in the past and what you might be able to improve, you could go on for months making very fatal mistakes, but you're doing it over and over and over again because you're not really analyzing your data, you're not really analyzing your stats, and you're just doing it because you think you should do it, but your content's not good enough, how you're delivering it is not good enough, and you're still there sitting there wondering, why aren't I getting engagement? So you do need to have some analysis of what you have been doing to know how you can do it to better to move forward. Does that make sense? If it does, send me some likes and loves on that one, because it's really important that we get quite smart. If we're doing Facebook Lives to grow our business, that there's actually some strategy behind the content that you're delivering, how you're delivering it, and then actually analyzing it, afterwards. Sarah, oh yes, pugs love to share their hair. They certainly do. This is crazy. With the way we're structuring our Facebook Live, compelling heading. So we've really thought about what we're going to talk about, which is what I'm going to go into next week. I don't know what to talk about. I've run out of things to talk about. I don't know what I should be talking about. We'll go into all of that next week. We've got a heading. We're delivering it. We're doing intro. With our intro, we're talking about what we're going to talk about sort of straight away. Then we go into our content. While we're talking about our content, we're engaging with our audience during that content. We're going to try to reach the 10-minute mark, but if you're brand new, don't stress about that. Just get on and do it for a couple of minutes or a few minutes just to get used to it and just to press pushing the live button. If you've got a call to action at the end, give it. Ask people to reach out to you. Ask them to put either a letter or a number down below to connect with you. Make it as easy as possible for people to reach out to you and to engage with you. The one word of warning I would use there is I used to say numbers for sort of things. So I would say, if you would like some free training, just put the number 1 down below. Or if you would like, a copy of the attraction marketing formula, the formula that I use online, etc., put the number 2 down below. Then 3 months later, somebody would watch an old Facebook Live of mine and put the number 2 down. And I'm like, what the hell did a number 2 mean on that video that I did 3 months ago? And so I'd have to go back and watch my own Facebook Live to work out what the number 2 meant. So don't use numbers for a call to action. Sarah, what's a call to action? A call to action is asking somebody to do something. So if you've got a freebie to give away, like a free resource, some free training, something like that, that's a call to action. If you are open for somebody to reach out and talk to you, that's a call to action. So if you would like, if you would like some more information about attraction, so this is something I might do. If you would like some more information about attraction marketing, learning how to attract people to you online instead of chasing people, then just put the word training down below and I'll make sure I get that free training across to you after I've finished the Facebook Live. So I'm asking somebody to put the word training down below, so that's the call to action that I'm asking them to do. So Sarah's got it now, thank you. Okay, cool, we've got that. So, what to talk about, and then that's what I'm going to talk about next week. So I hope that gives you just a little bit of a structure as to sort of how to put it together, but the key things is really in the beginning, what you're talking about, which I'll talk more about next week, but really the heading, and then how you start your Facebook Live. Okay, and we're just being real, raw, authentic, flaws and all, just being you. Drop the self-judgment, stop being critical, super critical of yourself and having all that lack of self-belief. I'm not successful enough. Who's going to listen to me? All that kind of stuff we're going to drop on Facebook Lives, because the power of building your business online, the power of attracting people to you, the power of building thousands of fans and followers for you is through Facebook Live. I'm telling you now, if you're not doing it, you're missing the boat, and other people will come and surpass you. So somebody will set up another page, they'll start doing Facebook Lives, you're intrigued by them, you watch them, and suddenly they've got thousands of followers and you're still sitting back not doing Facebook Lives, wondering why you're not getting any engagement or nothing's working or why your business isn't growing. So get on the bandwagon, do it now, while you're a bit of ahead of the game, because there's still a lot of people fearful of it and not doing it. So while there's still a lot of people not doing it, you should be doing it. Get yourself ahead of the game and get yourself noticed. This is your point of difference. What makes you stand out from the crowd? It's actually being you, because there's only one of you. In network marketing, in the company, whatever, the products are the same, the business is the same, the comp plan is the same, everything is the same. So why would somebody buy their products off you versus somebody else? Because it's you. So make yourself stand out online and have a voice and let people get to know you, okay? And as Jamie says, you might surprise yourself. Like you build up all this fear, you do it once and go, that actually wasn't that bad. I might do that again tomorrow. But unless you actually push yourself and do it in the first place, you may not ever have that feeling. So just have the guts to, move forward and do it, because, your future business, your future income, your future, your bank account will thank you for it. Okay, so did we get some value out of these tips and sort of structure of a Facebook Live today? Just put, value down below if you've got some value out of today's video. So next week I'm going into what do we talk about? What's our content creation strategy? Where do we get the information on? Who are we talking to and what are we talking about? So that's the next thing. And then after that, I actually want to talk about, okay, now we've done it, how do we maximize it? What do we do with this Facebook Live? How do we really maximize the reach, the organic reach, where it goes, repurposing the content, those kind of things. So, there's a lot of valuable things that we can do with a Facebook Live other than just the one Facebook Live. We can, repurpose it and all those kind of things. So heaps of value to come. Whoa, I'm just about to drop Harley regarding Facebook Live. So thank you for all your comments regarding value. Gives me a good indication that you've got some, useful tips out of today's live. So for those of you that have stayed on live for the whole time, you're rock stars. I love you. Sometimes I do talk a little bit too long, but it's just because I want to give you the goods. I want to give you all the information that you can execute in your business so you can build your business faster. So, hopefully that's, useful to you. So Sarah, thank you so much. My pleasure, Sarah. Thank you for being on with me today. It's awesome to have you here. So, Jamie said hello. So say goodbye, Harley. I'm going to go to get rid of you and all this hair. It's all over me, you little rascal. So I will catch you guys next week to continue this discussion on Facebook Lives. I hope you have the most awesome, weekend, and I'll catch you guys next week. Bye. See you guys.